Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Red. I thought I was got interrupted there. In the last part, we started our adventure. We got Charmander, we lost to Gary, and we got Oak's parcel and took it back to him. And so now that we have been set loose with our Pokedex in hand, we're gonna head north through Viridian City to Viridian Forest to begin stuff. Now, out this way is, for right now, if you go out that way, you will find an incredibly tough fight, so you don't really want to do that just yet. It's doable, it's just hard. Now, don't think I'm gonna ignore this guy. Trust me. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm not gonna not address that, but I'll do it later. Anyway, for those of you who have no clue what I'm talking about, we're just gonna move on. And up here, what is up here? I think we can find some new Pokemon here. Let's see. We're not gonna get, there's one. There's a Weedle. That is a red exclusive, I believe. This goes into the whole version differences debate, or it's not really a debate, but you know, it's just, that's one of the things with the Pokemon games. The reason why they release different versions of the game, i.e. Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, which are essentially the same game, but just with some differences, the reason behind that is to make it difficult to capture all the Pokemon. And they want to encourage people to trade with people, because, you know, who doesn't want to trade? It's fun. Now, in Red, there are version exclusives, such as, like, I'll just go into what Pokemon are, you know, like version exclusives, not like ones that are specifically exclusive to Red, just ones that are split. There's ones like Pokemon like Vulpix and Growlithe, and Pokemon like Weedle and Caterpie. I'm not going to go into any more because that would be like spoilers as to other Pokemon, and also just because I can't think of any off the top of my head because I don't really remember that much about the old game, so screw you. Well, not screw you, it's more like, just sue me, but anyway. So, in this game, in Red, you can only find Weedles, or if you can't only find Weedles, then Caterpies and or Metapods, Caterpie's evolved form, are just incredibly, incredibly rare. It's like a 5% chance to find it in tall grass. So yeah, come over here, go into Viridian Forest, be careful, it's a natural maze. Oh, okay, I thought you were going to give me an item. I guess not. I keep making this mistake. I do not want to go into Viridian Forest just yet. That Weedle, the attack that it used on me was a Poison Sting. That's a poison-type attack, and I'm fairly certain that almost every single poison-type attack in the entire series can poison you. And what poison is a status effect that when you're poisoned, after every turn of fighting, you take damage. So you don't want to have to deal with that. So before you head to Viridian Forest, pick up some antidotes. Antidotes heal poison, and so that's a good idea. Now, because I have Charmander, it's actually going to be really, really pathetically easy to get through Viridian Forest, because this place is mostly filled with bug-type Pokemon, and I think maybe a couple grass types, I don't really remember. But yeah, it's mostly bug types. And bug types are weak to fire. Oh, there's so much stuff to explain, even though... That's the thing. I know that so many people know this stuff, but I still gotta take the time to explain it just in case there are people that don't know. In Pokemon, it is a turn-based strategy game. Well, I mean, not strategy. Blah, blah, blah. Turn-based RPG, sorry, where the combat depends on what type of attack and what type of Pokemon that you're using. For example, the starters. The Water-type Squirtle will eventually learn Water-type moves. And most of this you can just guess on common sense. But, for example... Oh, hey, there's a Metapod! Holy crap! That's the really rare one. Wow, alright. That's like a 2% chance or something to find a Metapod in Red. Wow, that's lucky. Anyway. Now, for example, let's say Squirtle and Charmander. If the Squirtle has his Water-type move, which is a Water Gun, and you hit Charmander with it, who is a fire type, it will be super effective. And what super effective means is that it's going to do double damage. It's basically like an automatic critical hit. So if you use a water type against a fire type, you're going to do a crap ton of damage. It's going to be really, really easy to kill it, or be killed if you're the one using the fire type. Or, if you're using a fire type against a grass type, and you use your fire type attack, you will do a crap ton of damage to the grass type. So, it's just important to know that there are lots of types in this game, and lots of weaknesses to take advantages of. So, for example, because I have a fire type, all these bug types in here are very, very weak against me. They can't do a thing. Once I get my fire type attack, then this will be a breeze. That's a lot of talking. Now, of course, there's a lot more types in the game than just grass, water, lichen, bug, and stuff like that. There's tons and tons of types, and lots of weaknesses and resistances and stuff like that. But anyway, this is an example of poison. It's not going to do much to me at this level because I have low HP. So, we're doing good. It's not going to be much of a problem. Oh boy. And I also just got a critical hit back there, and it did a crap ton of damage, so that's good. It's going to save me from a lot of damage from this thing. Anyway, what are you guys doing? I'm just playing this, and I've been playing, I've been doing my blind run of the horror game that I was talking about, and it's really fun. As of right now, this video being recorded, which is May 9th, I've only done, I've only recorded about 5 parts as of right now, but it's really fun, and just to spoil, I don't get stuck anywhere, I don't have a whole lot of trouble with any of the puzzles. It's like every single video is good progress, which I'm really happy with. I don't want to just be standing around doing nothing, not knowing what to do, you know? So I'm really happy that I'm making decent progress. But anyway, enough talking about other projects that I'm doing and bragging about myself. There we go. Bugcatcher is dead. No, Caterpie can't cut it! Well, yeah, I don't think he can learn cut. Anyway. Another thing about poison that makes it even worse than some other status effects. You see how I have 8 HP left? Watch this. Alright, now, did you hear those sounds and everything? Every time you take a certain amount of steps, poison will damage you outside of battle. So it's very, very important that you have antidotes on hand. Because there's a good chance that if you don't have one, you won't even have enough HP to actually make it back to town. So, be careful. If your Pokemon does drop dead outside of a Pokemon Center, it'll just automatically teleport you back there. But, in this generation, it didn't really matter, but it was just kind of a nuisance. Anyway, more Weedles. Man, I am underleveled. I remembered being a lot stronger. Where's my fire type attack? Jeez. Or, I'll just say it. Where's Ember? I need Ember to get through here. Oh well, I should learn it after this Weedle dies. Alright, and that was an example of someone lowering my stats. That was a String Shot. String Shot is just an attack that lowers your speed. And speed dictates what order the Pokemon will go in battle. Alright, come on. I'm pretty sure I learned at level 9. Come on. Yeah! Learned Ember! I'm not really going to be checking my stats after level ups during battle, just because I tend to accidentally skip through it. So anyway, you remember how... Alright, let's do this. I'll show you an example. Okay, Scratch, normal type move, and we only do that much. Okay? Normal type, and my attack is actually pretty good. But now let's go ahead and use a fire type, something that's super effective against this. Let's see how much this does. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just decimated. We're having... Ooh, another level up. Awesome. Go with Ifrit. You're sweet, man. Alright. It's too bad that he doesn't actually end up looking like, you know, what Ifrit looks like. But that's okay. I don't really mind. Because that was this was the nickname that I gave my Charmander on my original run of the game. So yeah. Huh? I ran out of Pokemon. Yeah, you kind of just sent him out against a superior Pokemon. It's not really smart. We got an antidote. Good. We get a little bit of a freebie in here. That's nice. I think if we go down this way, we get an item. Or it's just a little shortcut. Ooh, a Kakuna. Awesome. This is the evolved form of Weedle. Weedle will evolve into Kakuna, I believe, at level 7, I think. But here's the thing. Kakuna does have higher attack and defenses than a Weedle does. But, if you catch a Kakuna in the wild, it won't know Poison Sting. It won't know any attacking move. It will only know Harden, which is just a move that raises its defense. So if you want to train one, although I don't know why you'd want to train one, because it's honestly not that good of a Pokemon. If you want to train one, get yourself a Weedle first, because you won't be able to do anything with just a Kakuna. We got another potion. Good, I wanted another one. I don't like being down to just one healing item. Now, classic thing that everybody knew when I was a kid. Right in front of this guy. You get another potion. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I love that little theme. Sometimes items will be invisible on the ground, and you'll have to just blindly press A to get it. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? Well, I'd kind of like to get out of here. We've spent the majority of the video in here. It's kind of a waste of time. Alright, Bug Catcher. And yet another Weedle. This is the final trainer in here. And not all of these trainers are required. You can technically skip all the other trainers in here aside from this one. This one you have to fight. So, just letting you know that for speedrunners' sake or whatever, you know. So, whatever. Anyway, geez, I can't talk today. I really need to not, like, eat, like, a salad before I record. Ugh. It's aggravating. That's the... What am I talking about? Shut up. Okay. What do you want? Have you noticed the bushes on the roadside? They can be cut down by a special Pokemon move. Okay, cool. Many Pokemon live only in forests and caves. You need to look everywhere to get different kinds. Yeah, I know. I've already played this game. I've played a lot of these games. Now, one Pokemon we did not see in Viridian Forest was, Pikachu. Pikachu can be caught in Viridian Forest. It's a little bit rare, but if you really want one, you can stay there and just continue to walk through the grass for long enough, and eventually you'll run into one. If you want a good electric type, by all means, pick him up. He's actually not that bad. And of course, he's the flagship of the series, so why not, you know? Anyway, we hope to see you again. Yeah. We hope your animals get hurt again. Alright, and of course, the classic Jigglypuff song. I love you, Jigglypuff. You're awesome. I would totally use you if you had better stats. Alright. Anyway, I really love Jigglypuff. I think she was honestly my favorite character back in the anime/cartoon. Like when it first started, and she would do nothing but just walk around and draw on people's faces. Those were the good old days, man. Before we had, like, Dawn and May and stuff, but oh well. I've heard that Dawn isn't that bad, but I heard May is just stupid as crap. Anyway, these battles in here are going to be an example of a fighting technique that I'm pretty much going to have to use if I want to get through this game with Charmander. So here, let's talk to this guy. Hiya, I can tell you what I can tell you have what it takes to become a Pokemon champ. Now, I'm no trainer, but I can tell you how to win. I'll help you cheat. Let me take you to the top, yes. Even if you say no, he just tells you anyway, so just don't bother. Alright, let's get happening. The first Pokemon out in a match is at the top of the Pokemon list. By changing the order of Pokemon, matches could be made easier. Thanks. So basically what he's saying is that in this area, like this part of the menu, you can have up to 6 Pokemon. Whichever Pokemon is at the top, which Ifrit is there right now, he'll come out first in battles. So if you know what you're going up against, you can swap to a different Pokemon and send out something that has a type advantage. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you the technique that I'm going to be forced to use. Stop right there, kid! You're still light years away from facing Brock. Oh, this guy. This guy. He's no youngster Joey, but whatever. Junior trainer male wants to fight. Okay, so he's going to send out a... Oh, crap, it's a Diglett? I thought it was something else. Oh, well, I can just use Scratch on this if I want to, but here. Always go with Ember. Because Ember is going to be your best attack in here. Ow, critical hit, jeez. That did a lot. But oh well, at least now I know that he'll need at least 3 of those to kill me. Okay, so, something about Ember on my Charmander. There's a mechanic in this game called Stab. Well, no, it's not called Stab, but that's the an acronym for it. There's a mechanic called Same Type Attack Bonus. And that applies to Ember, because I'm a Fire type, and Ember is a Fire type attack. Basically, what that means is that, I don't know how much damage Ember does, but I'm just going to pull something out here. Let's say that an attack does 40 damage, and it's the same type as your Pokemon. So, like Ember on my Charmander, let's say it does 40 base damage. Now, with Stab, or Same Type Attack Bonus, that move does half again as much as it normally does. So, for a move that does 40 damage, with Stab, it'll do 20 more damage. So, if that made any sense. So, essentially, attacks that are the same type as your Pokemon are more powerful. Let's just say that. Anyway, he's got a Sandshrew out here now, and I love Sandshrew. He's so cool. Anyway, what do you got? Okay, Scratch. Let's see. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna have to heal. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be using items in this first part of the game. Trust me. I'm not really gonna have an easy time of it if I don't. So if you don't like that, then too bad. I'm gonna have to. Now, the mechanic that I was talking about that I'm gonna have to abuse to get through the game pretty much is basically, let's see here. Think of it like this. Let's say that I am up against a water type with my Charmander. Now, you might think, oh, well, you got a water type or a fire type up against a water type? Man, you're screwed. You don't have any good and powerful attacks against him. Well, technically, you can still make that work. Let's say that that water type doesn't have very high special, or special defense, or whatever you want to call it. Let's say that it's not very good in the special department. I can still use Ember, and I can assault that weakness. It's not because I have a type advantage, it's because it has a stat weakness. So, depending on the thing's stats, I can still do a good bit of damage. So, for example, against the rock types of this gym, rock types never really have very high special. So, I can bring in Charmander and still just use Ember against them and do a decent amount of damage simply because they don't have very high special. So, that's what I'm going to have to do against this gym leader, who is Brock. Ha ha ha, his name is Brock because, it has rock in the name, because he is rock-type Pokemon, whatever. Anyway, next time on Pokemon Red, we'll challenge the gym leader of Pewter City, Brock, and we'll use that mechanic that I was just discussing, because I discussed this stuff way too much. So much talking. See you guys next time.